All right, so you get to be the positive, and I'll be the contrarian, and I'm going to have a little fun with it too. So, all right,
Okay.
Texas.
Arch freaking Manning. I have a Manning at the quarterback. Like, why am I not the best? Like, this is what I do. I'm a Manning. I have had unlimited budget with NIL, built the roster, Sark. Oh, hold on a second. Back-to-back Final Fours. Like, we're building something at Texas. This is the year we break through. This is very simple. Like, how are you going to crap on Texas? I'm Texas. What are you talking about?
Well, you're saying you're back, so you're just going to be back in the semis, which is where you can only get to as you had the past 2 years, because that's kind of where you get stuck. You can't make it past the semis. And you talked about Manning, so we have that all this off season. Arch this, Arch that, Manning, the name, all that. So last time I checked, by the way, that family name has a grand total of 0 championships and 0 Heismans.
Ooh. Hey, got a couple Super Bowls, though, bro. Eli's got
two.
Peyton's got 2. I mean,
different level. Different level.
Super Bowls.
Football-wise, defense, by the way, 25 points a game against the 6 teams that actually had a pulse at quarterback. So,
I think Texas is better this year on D. I think their younger players that were studs are going to be better studs, this year. So I think Texas, Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, like, good luck, bro.
And by the way, for those that are listening, we're having a whole lots of fun here. Davey gets to be positive. I'm being negative.
Okay, who's next?
Ohio State.
We're the Buckeyes, man. We reload. That's what we do. First of all, we've got the best player on offense and the best player on defense in the country. Jeremiah Smith, who has ever been better than Jeremiah Smith? Like, the greatest college football wide receiver of all time. Eat it. We've got on the other side of the football, obviously, Caleb Downs is just special. We can move him all over the place. Continue to recruit at a high level. It's just kind of what we do. Ryan Day back again. Now it doesn't even have to be angry Ryan Day anymore because he's got his championship. He's got liberation. You can't talk to me anymore now because I don't have to worry about the haters.
By the way, someone's going to aggregate what you just said, even though you're just having fun with it, and they're going to put it in a title and a quote and that sort of thing, MSN or something like that.
That'd be so fun.
Do that. But, here's the thing about Ohio State. They already have one loss. The season hadn't even started, and they already got one loss because Michigan is their daddy. It's just one of those things. Like, they've lost 14 guys to the league. It happened to Michigan the previous year. Look what happened to them the following year. Okay, there we go. And, you talked about Ryan Day. Well, guess what? No Chip Kelly. Oof. His defensive coordinator went
Jim
to Penn
Knowles.
State, his biggest rival. And by the way, every Michigan fan that's also a Detroit Lions fan absolutely rolled on the floor laughing when the name Matt Patricia got up as the hire for the defensive coordinator spot. Like Ross Fulton and Kyle Jones that are great X's and O's breakdown guys for Ohio State, they're going to be like diving into what is he doing here? What is he doing there? All these fans are going to be like, what can we do with the pencil? That's going to happen.
Yeah. That's good. All right, where are we going next?
Penn State.
I don't even have – I already know where your brain's going with this and your comments are coming with this. Man, Penn State knocking on the door for years, right? Like just building and building and building, a little bit of an underdog, but now I think you're starting to see like the talent. The talent is ridiculous. It's going like this. You got talent. Now you got returning guys, returning quarterback, returning production, your running backs, returning continuity on offense. And you could tell for the first time an offensive identity that you're going to like moving forward, as opposed to, give it to Saquon. He made me look good. Jim Knowles comes in on defense. You took Ohio State, that coordinator you were talking about, and now plugged him into the mix. So only going to get, best 1-2 punch of coordinators in all of college football, with experience, with talent, just ready to break out. So I think this might be Penn State's year for real, for real.
This one's too easy. 4 words. James Franklin, big games.
That's all you need to say?
That's all I need to say. And yes, SB 114, this is one of those devil's advocate exercises. Very much so. We're having fun with this. Yes. Georgia, you get to be all positive about the dogs.
Perfect. Listen, when you look at Georgia this year, there's a lot of talent. Like it's definitely not the talent that we've seen, like from a standpoint of we know what it's going to be. But man, the receiving room went from the worst drops, a liability, the biggest amount of drops in college football to one of the better rooms in the country. Like huge turnaround. And Gunnar Stockton showed you he's got marbles. You should know the movie. If you don't know the movie, you're missing out. And then defensively, I think you've got some pieces that you got a chance to really break out and be stars with Allen, with Bolden in the back end, with Christian Miller up front. So I think Georgia is what they always are, very consistent, don't beat themselves, super talented, upgraded a bunch of positions now, and ready to make a national championship run.
We talked about Larry Munson in the beginning, so I get to go like full Munson here. All this fire, passion, and energy that Kirby is talking about, it's not going to replace the 31 guys that have been drafted in the last 3 years. Like, those guys are gone. And speaking of that, your defense was the worst statistically it's been in the Kirby era, and you lost 3 first-round picks. So you're supposed to be better? Okay. This new wide receiver core that you're talking about, they're transfer receivers. And, well, how's that worked out for Georgia recently? Dominic Lovett dropped 1 ball in 2 years at Missouri. He dropped 9 in 2 years at Georgia. Like, it's just kind of the thing.
How did Colby Young work out?
I mean, he did okay, and
Colby Young was their best receiver.
But we didn't see him.
Well, he kind
of got an issue there.
Off the field issue hurt, but
Bama's still.
Cager a couple years ago was pretty good in that department. I mean, they've had some pretty good. Yep. Colby Young's gonna be a problem. Malachi
Bama still owns him, by the way.
Yeah, that's been a problem.
And by the way,
issue.
Don't even get me started on the Bobo and Searles conversation, because every member of the dog vent probably would have liquidated their retirement funds to just go pay the buyout or pay the contract out if you really wanted them to. So
yeah,
anyway,
remember
there's my curmudgeon on the dog.
This is an exercise, so y'all don't get your panties in a wad. It's an exercise. That's what we're supposed to do. I like it. I like it, Brent Rollins.
Notre Dame.
Man, I mean, I think it's best running back in the country with Jeremiah Love. A culture that's been created now by Marcus Freeman that if you're not buying, you're off the wagon, because every recruit in the country is starting to buy. Like, stocks going up. Last year, you saw they went to the Natty, man. I think that they've got leadership. They're just everything about this program is going in the right direction. The schedule sets up pretty nicely. They're an independent because they can be, and because they have that big brand. And I don't think Marcus Freeman's done going to the playoffs. I think they'll be back in the playoffs again this year.
A lot of talent, and I will give them this. They probably got the best-looking coach of all these that we're discussing. I think that's probably a no-doubter. But okay. To me, they're fighting almost 40 years now of can't get it done at the highest level and can't win and get over the top.
Championship last year.
But that Notre Dame plays, it's the play like a champion or whatever. They win championships. Come on now. And also, Carr, Minchie, it's like a comedy skit. I don't know. If you got 2, you don't have 1 in terms of QB. So that's if you're looking at one spot for me is the curmudgeon. I'm going to go there.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Next one you're going to have a little fun with.
Okay.
Clemson.
I mean, what do I need to say? Dabo Swinney, one of 2 coaches in college football to have a national championship, and him and Kirby Smart, that's the list. Like, that's the list of guys with 2. So he's doing pretty well for himself. Just done pretty good talent. Changed his ways a little bit. Decided to go in the transfer portal. Still doing it the Clemson way. Still doing it with Clemson people. And speaking of the way Clemson won national championships, elite quarterback play, elite receiver play. Check. Because the receiver room is loaded. When you look at defensive line, they did it with a bunch of first-rounders that we could go through. Guys that were absolute studs. Check. 2 first-round defensive linemen. They had secondaries. They had good ones. They had good corners that went to the league. First-round type guys. Check. Good schedule. Check. Open with LSU in a huge test. Quarterback, receivers, weapons, Dabo and company, all in. That's all I got to say, bro.
Well, this one was actually too easy because everybody's been drinking the Clemson Kool-Aid. I mean, heck, you probably got an all-in tattoo somewhere this offseason.
Yeah, right under my lower back.
Dabo, by the way, he's probably also already got his podium speech like written out and practiced and like memorized in his head for, hey, when I didn't do the transfer portal and I still did it my way and here it is. But just because people were returning doesn't mean it's that good. They were 0-3 against the SEC a season ago, and they almost didn't make the college football playoff because unless Kevin Jennings had kind of handed them the game there early on. So they gave up 30 points in 6 games. Louisville and Texas just got another rushing first down on them. So
enter Tom Allen.
Just because it's returning doesn't mean it's great.
Well, I'll take that new DC and some changes on that side. Who's next?
All right, Oregon.
Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, quack, quack. Everybody who's our age will love that reference. Dan Lanning continuing to build. I think this year will show a lot of people like the Ducks and how good this roster is and how they're a reload type of a deal, not like they're not a rebuild. This is not a team that has to rebuild anymore. Use of transfer portal, use of high school recruiting. Dan Lanning is that coach that I think's next on the list, like of best coaches without winning a championship. A lot of guys to break in. Getting a stud running back in the portal was a big deal for them, And I think you're gonna know his name, Malachi, and that's his name, right, Brent? Mackay is a stud. They got him
Hughes
from
is
Tulane.
his last name.
Yeah, Mackay Hughes. They got him from Tulane. I mean, good back. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got big playability. This offense, I think, will build into itself. But you just look around and you just find guys everywhere, man. Like they've got a bunch of studs. It's not just the flashy uniforms, man. It's Dan Lanning. It's substance. It's physicality. It's going to be a lot of fun to be an Oregon Duck fan still.
It's funny that I wrote, but not a lot of substance. We got cool callers. We got a lot of guys in the pros, but you won the Big Ten in year one, but how'd that whole playoff thing go for you? And then unfortunately for them, their best receiver's already out for the year.
Yeah, that does stink.
Those kind of things are leaning me into the negative category there. All right, Next one, Alabama.
I think
or this one.
I think
more.
Yeah, I think with Bama, I think you have like if I'm Alabama, I'm looking at this team going, there's no if they don't make the playoff, you can't blame anyone else. Like it's there's no one else to blame. Like last year, some people said, okay, the portal's left, the roster got depleted. Get it, understand it. Like this year, this team is really good across the line of scrimmage, really good at wide receiver, improved in the secondary. Everything about this team is doing this, and it should be doing this. Ty Simpson, I think, with the ability to have watched running this offense, I think he'll keep them on script, on schedule more. I think the quarterback play goes up. The explosive plays with Milrose obviously gone, but I think the passing game becomes better. And, I think Alabama returns to its ways of winning a lot of games and getting in the playoff.
So the easy way to be negative here is that obviously Nick Saban is still not there. The Boer's letting the media watch all the practices. Nick Saban's blood pressure is probably boiling over knowing that that's the case. But here's the thing. They were 9-3 a season ago. They lost their quarterback, who was, by the way, also their leading rusher. They lost their best offensive lineman. They lost their best secondary player and leader, Malachi Moore. They lost likely their best defensive player in Jahad Campbell that was a first-round pick. And they're supposed to be better?
Yep.
I don't know.
Don't lose to Vanderbilt. Don't lose to Oklahoma. That's for dang sure. Because if that happens, it ain't going to be good in Tuscaloosa. Not going to be a good day. Who's our last one?
Arizona State.
The Sun Devils, baby. Come on, man. Like, this stock is NVIDIA. This stock is Apple, baby. Buy it up, man. I mean, I think that the Sun Devils showed a year ago. You can't crap on my quarterback. Like, this isn't some cute little quarterback that had a nice little run. This is one of the best. Leavitt is one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. Not just out west, cute little team out west, cute little team in the Big 12. He's a dude. He's a baller. His top guy, who was not there for the playoffs, and they still took Texas to the brink, is back. Tyson was a stud. They could move him around. They could do all kinds of things. A bunch of leadership back. A bunch of guys back. Not going in the transfer portal. Not going all over the place. Experience. Head guy is on the rise. Everything about this team, to me, is a stock that's going to be good for the future.
Scadaboo was bye-bye, and it's okay. But Texas Tech kind of already bought the Big 12 championship. Cody Campbell's got it on layaway already. He's already dropped the bag. They got the trophy just waiting for him.
And it's just one of his bags, by the way. He got so many bags, it's ridiculous. He got more bags coming. Like, he's doing all right.